Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video on the main channel, and today we are back with a slightly mini type of podcast. Today we're going to reflect on what happened on YouTube and Twitch in Devious Ditto Company in the year 2022. We did this for 2021. We thought, we'd have a reflection back of what happened, big events and what has happened on the channels, YouTube, Twitch and all that kind of stuff in 2022.
And
it
is the first video since our Christmas break!
Yay! We're back. I mean, the Christmas is still here, but you know what? It's fine. Don't worry about it. So,
I mean, it's not, but it is.
It's not, but it is, because we're recording this like literally. Oh, doesn't matter. Anyway, so would you like to start with YouTube in 2022, or do you want to start with Twitch in 2022? I feel like because we're on YouTube right now, we should start with YouTube.
Yes.
So, in the year 2022 on YouTube,
it feels like ages ago.
we
year.
released so many videos. I mean, not really. It was like 20 videos, I want to say, roughly. We released last year because it was we started the year with Ditto Fridays. And we kind of like ended it around April time, I want to say, and then we just uploaded as and when, because the main focus was switching over to Twitch at that point. So, views wise, we got about 2,000 views last year. Can't complain with a small channel. But the subs didn't grow that much last year, about 5. But you know what? YouTube was mainly just for like side projects to like have a bit of fun with, really. So.
Yeah.
So growing and stuff, not really like the main thing on YouTube. If it happens great, but it is what it is. Now,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Now, what we do for this section is talk about like the most viewed videos, which we did release in 2022, because some of the top 10 videos this year were released last year. So I feel like we probably talked about those videos in the last podcast. So we're going to talk about the most popular videos we released in 2022. Now, the most popular video we released last year was a quiz show.
Ooh.
I feel like it was a quiz. I think it's usually a quiz show. It does the worst on our channel, but it was
the worst. Did you say
the best?
Say that again.
The best videos we usually do on the channel are the quiz videos.
Yeah, no, I think they are definitely.
Yeah, because it gets a lot of different guests on and stuff. It's quite interesting, but. The most popular video from last year was the Limitless Win video I did with Jack.
Ooh.
Now, I was surprised that one did so well compared to the other quiz shows we did last year. Because we did the chase last year.
Yeah.
We did.
I mean, the failed chase.
The failed chase. Pointers was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was last year.
What other quiz shows did we do this year? Was it just the chase and Limitless Win? Can't it be? There probably is one we're forgetting about, which you guys can let us know in the comment section. But Limitless Win. When Hayes came up with this idea, I was like, I've never watched this show ever. What is the concept of this? Jack still doesn't know to this day what the concept of this is. No. The entire episode. So, I feel like it was a very complex but very good quiz show idea. Because it's one you could easily, we could do a sequel for, easily.
Yeah.
Potentially to 2023 might do a sequel with a different guest. I don't know who though.
Yeah, I mean the concept is whatever the answer is how many points you go up the ladder.
Yes.
And when you go up the ladder, if you reach a amount of money, if you get it right, exact, you can bank the cash.
Bank the cash. I think me and Jack won about £3 million.
Yeah.
I think. So.
But it's the game show where the money keeps on going.
You can
get £1 billion.
You get £1 billion if you want to keep chopping on with it. But you know what?
You can bankrupt ITV.
You can bankrupt ITV and Ant and Deck easily. Now, surprisingly, second most popular video was the death montage I made for Pokemon Y Hardcore on Twitch. Now, they usually do well, death montages. If I ever end up doing another Nuzlocke on Twitch, I feel like I have to make a death montage for it.
Yeah.
So if someone asked me to do a death montage, not a death montage, a Nuzlocke next year on Twitch, then probably be a death montage coming soon to the main channel. Now, the next like couple of videos are all podcast based. The most popular podcast one we did was the Pokemon debate I did with me, Jack, Molly and Scoots, which I feel like did really well, but there wasn't that much debate in it.
Yeah.
Because everyone was too nice. So I feel like next time we need more like controversy arguments in the next one. Because I feel like that's another video I would like to do next year again, like part 2. Because we did the we did the pseudo legendaries and we did the starters. We could easily do like the legends of the game. We could do like what professor was the best, which rival was the best, which champion was the best, etc, etc. But yeah, there's options for the new year. And also our new style of podcast we made also did really well. We started this new podcast idea around towards the end of the year. We sat down and thought we like doing podcasts, so me and H were discussing that we need more guests kind of thing on the podcast as well, for like big main podcasts. So we came with a structure, and I feel like the structure works really well because from now on, I think instead of doing like 2-hour long podcasts, we're gonna like split them up into like 30-minute podcasts. And with our structure and stuff, it's easy to like crop it out because the first section will be guest section, then it'll be a me section and a H section, and then like getting to know the guest section. So there'll be 4 for each podcast, and we got a lot of good debates and conversation going throughout this podcast.
Definitely.
Because the first one we did, we talked about the Super Smash Brothers movie.
Yeah.
Was the main concept of that one. The Reese one we talked about like old school nostalgia Minecraft stuff.
Yeah.
And the DG one we talked about tabletop games, and then we talked about a bit about simulator games.
Yeah.
We'll get onto it a bit further down the line.
Oh, I love that one.
And yeah, so we're going to plan to do more podcasts in the new year with hopefully more people in the Ditto sphere. We've only had Jack, Reese, and DG so far.
We've got a good guest lined up
We've got a good guy lined up for next month. We've got to try and get as many people. If we could get like someone outside the Dittoverse, that'd be really cool. Like someone we've never spoken to before, just to get like traction on that to try and get bigger and better. And yeah, also another new video which did really well, and you guys seem to really enjoy, was the Good v Bad Takeout videos.
Ooh.
Now this was all of a H like brainwave idea to start doing. So
I just thought kitchen nightmares.
He'd come back from uni and said we should do a kitchen nightmares video because we talked about it for a while.
Yeah.
And the original idea was to actually go out somewhere and do it, but I feel like best v worst videos usually do really well on YouTube and stuff. So, or cheap versus expensive and all that kind of all the stuff really. So, I feel like the first one was more wide of a range of good versus bad.
Yeah.
And the second one was like more even kind of thing. So,
maybe not. Maybe do something else rather than food. I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is, how would you rate best v worst unless we go to like I don't know.
You get something and do it. Durability and drop it.
Yeah, we could just like do more like outlandish reviews of stuff and see how that goes.
Like Top Gear reviews.
Yeah.
Reviews, but they're stupid.
Yeah, exactly. We could have play around with those in the new year as well. Again, we mentioned this already, but The Chase did really well last year. I still can't believe that was this year. That was in February.
It was very early. Though.
Very early last year. I thought that's the biggest collab. No, it's not. The biggest collab video we did last year was the Carrot in the Box video.
Yes, it was.
I really liked that video. I do. But the thing is, it didn't do that well.
No.
But I really did enjoy it. I feel like we could definitely up that.
Yeah.
Do more of like a crazy and wacky Carrot in the Box video next year. And then obviously the comedy skit we did on April Fool's Day did really well. Where I said I was going to end Ditto Fridays, and then I just rickrolled everybody, and that did really well. And so many people believed me. Because it was technically true. Technically, because we said, well, we thought this would be a good idea to be the last Ditto Fridays and just do a rickroll and stuff. And then the plan was just make it like Ditto Saturdays or something instead.
Yeah.
But we then decided to like make it just as and when we can.
Yes, but this month.
For this month, in January,
we
are planning to up the game for next month. So in 2020, the goals for YouTube in 2023 are to release 2 videos a month. At least, minimum. Plus doing a podcast and like sprinkling them out throughout the month. So the plan is to do like record like main podcast section, make 4 videos out of those, and just release them like sporadically throughout the month, and then do 2 like big videos like a quiz show, a comedy skit, a food video, or something else. Maybe if I go out on an adventure, I could vlog it, and then we could just do that as well for that month, etc., etc., etc. So that's the plan for YouTube. Now, I just feel like the main like goal for 2023 regarding YouTube is probably going to be, I'd like to see the sub count go up a little bit higher.
Yeah.
And I feel like the main focus for me is probably the podcasts, because I feel like they're the most enjoyable videos we do on a regular. And like to get to know people and talk and just find out more information about people would be really cool for the podcast in the future. What kind of like goals have you set for the YouTube side in 2023?
I think try and do a bit more consistency in sales.
Yeah.
I think that we've already started to plan that anyway, really. I feel if there's a bit of consistency, then there's more times that someone can come back and then hopefully subscribe.
Yeah, because being more active and posting regularly does help the algorithm a lot. So that's the plan for the
algorithm.
That's the plan for the YouTube side of the channel in 2023. So we move on to the main event. The main event. Twitch. Now, Twitch 2! It was a big year for us on Twitch, I would say. I think each year gets bigger and bigger and better every time.
Yes, it does.
Now, the end of last year, we were on just shy of 200 followers on Twitch. About 191, I looked earlier. And as of recording this,
we are on
410, which is an increase of 219 followers. So basically,
which is how many? What in percentage?
I don't know, but we're practically doubled size from last year.
So let's double it again.
Which means, if that's the case, next year, the end of 2023, we should be around the 800, 850 mark. Now, the goal for me for 2023 is to get as close to 4 digits as we possibly can by the end of the year. I feel like it's doable if we keep up the consistency we are currently doing on the channel. Now, we have done, guess how many streams we have done in 2022?
200 and something.
We have done 200. If you include the 2 other streams we're doing this year, I've not actually streamed as recording this. We will be done 224 streams this year, which is like 2/3.
Yeah.
Of 2/3 of the year we've done at least a stream, which is actually insane. Average viewership this week, honestly, it's been 4. So throughout the year, it's been jumping between 4 to 6 mark. It's been in that like bracket.
Some streams it goes much higher.
Some go higher, some go lower. Depends on the game and whatnot. So the plan is for the Twitch is we've got a whole new setup to hopefully focus on the games which do well and people want to see, because back in the day, I feel like we were directing our focus to games which weren't doing that well. So for example, I know like Minecraft's really popular and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like the only time to do Minecraft would be to do the big challenge videos, because they do well. Like the casual Minecraft videos don't do that well. Surprising, and then like other games like Smash Bros and all that kind of stuff, it's kind of been drifting down. So we're going to be mainly focused on the games which do really well on Twitch.
Yes.
Yes, because from the top 5 stream games last year, number 1 was Mario Kart, obviously, because that's the main focus of the channel. I think like most of the big events from last year were Mario Kart related.
Yeah.
Because we hit 250 followers playing
Mario Kart.
We hit affiliate playing
Mario Kart.
Our biggest collab this year was
Mario Kart.
Exactly. Mario Kart just happens all the time. Mario Kart is the pinnacle. The DLC dropping this year as well.
Yes,
That's been big for it. All the tournaments we've done have been really, really well. We're planning more tournaments next year.
Yeah.
Because the first Alpha tournament was this year in February. We did 5 of those. And we've got big plans with Alcaraz collabs in the new year. So stay tuned for that in the coming year. And just chatting. We did a lot of just chatting start of the year. YouTube watch-alongs. They kind of like fizzled out, because I want to mainly focus on gaming in the new year. Like, don't get me wrong, the YouTube watch-alongs did really well and I enjoyed doing them, but it kept getting a bit repetitive.
Yeah.
With the viewers, with like the videos people were suggesting. So from that logic, I feel like just doing reaction streams for directs that come out is a good idea. I feel like the watch-alongs we started doing last year did really well.
Yes.
But to be fair, we've only done 2 last year. We did Eurovision and we did the World Cup final. Both did really well. I feel like Eurovision did better because obviously more people in our community are interested in weirdness than football. So we're going to definitely do Eurovision again next year.
And it's in the UK!
It's in Liverpool. So we're going to watch one for that in May. I don't know what other events we could actually live watch along that people would be interested in. I don't know, but if you guys can think of any,
I've got one that I'd be interested in.
Let us know in the comments. I feel like if the World Cup one did really well, we could do like Champions League final or
Premier League final
or FA Cup final or something like that. So if you want to see that as well, that's also a good thing. Surprisingly, Minecraft was our 3rd most streamed game last year. Which I found a bit surprising, to be quite honest, because I know we did a lot of the modded Minecraft last year, which was really fun, but I feel like, personally for me, the focus for me, I think for next year, is the specials, because both the specials from last year did really well, because we've done 3 specials now. The first special was the charity stream on the first year. We did one for the 250 follower special, which was King Jack, which did really well. And then we did one for the latest charity stream in November, which was King Reese. And then the next one is going to be King Jack again, which will be when we hit 500 followers. So that should be fun as well. So I'm looking forward to that happening. Sus! We did a lot of Sus last year. Our first Sus stream was the 1st of January last year. We're not playing it a lot recently, but it's a good it's a good collab stream to get like the mods and other people involved. It's a good game to play if you want like loads of different streamers involved, because it's a free game, everyone can play it, so that's good. And then obviously Jackbox, which has been a staple on the channel for many, many years. Now, speaking of specials, the 250 special was a big event that happened around my birthday, like late April last year. It was our most peak viewership stream of last year. And I feel like, again, when we hit 500, it's going to be bigger and better than ever. Just have like a community day where we play all different games which your community can get involved with, like Jackbox, Among Us, Mario Kart, maybe some Smash Bros, etc, 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 Gartic Phone. All that stuff should be really fun next year. The charity stream, I feel like did really well. We didn't raise as much money as last year, but I feel like it went really, really well. We've got a Just Dance stream coming soon in the first of the year.
I mean, we would have got more money if it wasn't for Mithra's accident the first year.
Yeah.
If you don't count that, it would have increased.
It would have been about the same, yeah. So overall, 2 years we've raised nearly £1,000,000. So you can't complain. About 700 quid we've raised so far. Can't complain about that. And yeah, the other thing, like main staple from last year, which has been new recently, which is a new concept we've added to the channel, is Ditto Takeover.
Yes.
Now, for those of you who aren't aware, Ditto Takeover is a new concept we've come up with for 100,000 channel points request, or if you win, free tournaments. Now, what this entitles you to do is go onto the stat page I've made on Excel spreadsheet of every single game I've ever streamed ever. Like, ever. From like back in the day when I was still not affiliate to like recent games like Gartic Phone, Pokemon Violet, etc, etc. You can pick whatever you want me to play for an entire week. From 4 games. You can do double Mario Kart, Gartic Phone, Jackbox. You could do, be old school, you could do Odyssey, Football Manager, all this kind of stuff, whatever you want. As long as I've played it before and streamed it, it's an option because, you know, it's a thing you can do. So we did this one recently, Jurassic.
A lot of Mario games.
We did 100k, spent 100k to do a Ditto Takeover week. And the games selected were Words on Stream,
Yeah.
Bloons Tower Defense 6, Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Odyssey. It was a very fun week, not gonna lie. So I think like I enjoyed it so much because at the moment Play This Scrub was like the most expensive thing, and everyone was trying to push for it. The 20k hit mark because it literally goes like that very quickly. I felt like if people miss out on it, they can keep on like pushing for the 100k and then keep pushing it like that. So, in the new year, I expect a couple of Ditto Takeovers next year, maybe like 2 or 3. I'm imagining, and also, if you're in a Discord server, if you're in a tournament, because we're going to try and do more tournaments on Twitch as well next year, because we did Mario Kart tournaments a lot last year. We've also got the Pokemon Draft League, which you get stars for. I feel like Fantasy Football, you get a star for that. We're going to try and do other games like Jackbox tournaments. We're going to do some Smash Bros. We might do some. We're going to have some ideas to try and do Mario Kart. If we ever do an Alcaraz tournament, if you win that, you get a star. If you get 3 stars, you can cash it in for a Ditto Takeover, and you get 4 streams that week. Bish bash bosh. What a video.
What a week.
What a week. What a night. Speaking of which, Play This Scrub. It's probably the biggest thing on the channel, because I don't think many other streamers do a Play This Scrub.
No.
Not that I know of. So we've done a lot of Play This Scrubs this year. I went through the list, and we're on 21 Play This Scrubs this year.
21?
Which is actually insane. Because I know back in the early start of the year, it wasn't like play for a month, stop, play for a month, stop. Because with that concept, we're only going to do 12.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a one and done game. So I feel like, why would you spend 20k points on a one and done game when you can do like a 4-week one? That's like really, really want to play it. So some of these games, Like the first one, Life is Strange. It feels like a millennia
Yeah.
since I played that. That was the first Players Scrub of the year, which is a game I really, really enjoy. And if someone would want me to play like a similar game kind of thing, I wouldn't be mad about it. Hit and Run was this year.
Yeah, I don't know, that feels like forever ago.
That was 2 streams worth, I think. Maybe 3, I can't remember. But that was a very popular game, which, on the retro, if we ever do a retro gaming evening again, and Simpsons Hit and Run comes up, it's basically 100% it. It Takes Two was this year. The one we didn't finish, because Foss got really, really busy playing it, but I'd be happy to like play it again with someone else, maybe like with a H or a Jack or something. It would be really cool to do that. Next year, Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, Rage.
The rage of Crash began this year. We've done all 3 now.
Just for the 4th one.
As of recording this, we've not done the last part, but when it releases, we probably will have finished the trilogy. And Crash 4 is on the list to try and do for next year, but that would require me to have prioritise what games to play first. Because there's many new games next year I want to play, like the new SpongeBob game, like all the Play the Scrubs which are coming thick and fast, going to come in. The budget may not acquire to play the new Crash, but hey, if it happens, it happens. Get Over It, which is another Rage game.
Yeah, very ragey.
I feel like that's one of like my best streams of the year.
Although you
was
hated
Getting Over It. Like, I feel like that's a game, if Ditto Takeover does happen again, might be picked. Probably the biggest Play the Scrub of last year was said by Kat. It's Gartic Phone.
Yeah.
Gartic Phone was, like, it's now literally my best ever stream. Last year, my biggest stream ever, average views wise, was Gartic Phone. It's now become a regular staple, which is weird because the last Player Scrub Cat redeemed was Words on Stream. And last year, that was like the biggest thing ever. Gartic Phone's this year, which means the next Player Scrub Cat redeems
it's going to be a banger.
It's going to be an absolute banger. So, we'll wait and see. Hatful Boyfriend was a one and done stream. It was very weird, dating pigeons. Pokemon Boy Hardcore Nuzlocke. That did really well. That was like the era where like Chris and Giratina and all that like came over to the channel, became regulars basically. Oh, seriously, we got a new mod last year.
Yes, we did.
Giratina joins the Imposter Army. If we get any bigger, we need to have to find some more recruits. Possibly. Depending on how big we get. Crash 2, Tales from Off-Peak was a very weird game.
Yeah, it was. I liked it though.
It was very weird. That was back when Lewis was a regular and picked all those weird games. It was a very weird game. And then we had 2 Jurassic Player Scrubs back to back. Mario Kart Wii was such a nostalgia trip for me. It was absolutely unreal. Blue Tower Defense 6, very chill. I did enjoy that game. The first time we streamed did really well. The second time not so much. So I don't know if it will come back, but you never know. Poke Park 2.
Yeah.
It's a very weird game. It took me a while to finish it, but we got there in the end. It still upsets me that it's a Gen 5 game, and the bad guy in the game is a Gen 4 Pokemon. It should have been a Gen 5, but that's by the by. Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. I feel like because at the time I was really stressed at work, I didn't enjoy the game as much. That's why I cancelled it and Platinum Egg Lock instead. But I might give it another try in the new year. Potentially, maybe, if I've got time. Little Inferno, which was a Jack Redeem, which was a very simplistic, burning everything down, Mwahaha game. Donkey Kong Country.
Yes.
Another raging Tyson game.
Especially at the end, when it was the end, but it didn't end.
Yeah, that was a nostalgia trip as well, because I played that a lot as a kid at my nan's. Now this one technically isn't a Play the Scrub, but it's Trombone Champ.
Yeah. Which
again was at the time when it first came out massive. Kind of died off a little bit, even though every time I load up Steam there's an update for the game with new songs and crap on it. Every time. I look on Steam, I go, oh, what games on Steam need updated? Trombone Champ. Oh, why is that? So many updates. So, I've also read there's mods to put, like, whatever song you want in the game.
Ooh.
So, if there's a potential of getting that to work, who knows? Who knows? They might come back and I could do like Rick Astley or Shrek or Cheese or whatever. You know, all that kind of stuff. Call the Lamb. It's a very weird game. Very weird. I thought it'd do better than it did, but it just didn't do really well. Kirby absolutely smashed it out of the park.
Yeah.
My first ever Kirby game, I did enjoy it. I feel like more Kirby could potentially come in the new year. And then the latest one was RuneScape, which is a throwback for everyone else barring me because I never played it. But a lot of people who watch me have now got back into RuneScape because I started streaming again. So that's always a good thing to say and do and all of that jazz.
Yes, it is.
Now, next year for Twitch, to try and get as close to 4 digits as we can by the end of next year would be really cool. I want to hit 500 by April on my birthday stream, on my Twitch anniversary stream, which I think is the 8th of April. And just to get regular, I know because Twitch payouts is now different now.
It is.
Obviously you get less because Twitch are stingy bastards. So back in the day it was 70% to us, 30% to Twitch. Now it's 50-50 because Twitch needs more money. And the threshold for money is now gone down to $50 instead of $100. So if it could become the chance every month we get payout, you get them bigger and bigger and bigger, then we can do this full time. And then streams don't have to be like only in the evenings for like 4 hours, 3 hours. We can do like, we can just stream more often.
We can do one in the morning, then have lunch, and then do one in the afternoon.
Exactly.
Then have dinner, then to stream again.
Exactly. So then we can have more regular programming, we get high quality programming, better desk, better games, better collabs, with like bigger people, not better, but just bigger ones. Like, you know, it'd be kind of cool, you know? Kind of cool.
Kind of dope.
Kind of dope. The new system for working out what games to play
is,
I don't want to like go into too much detail on this, but basically, most popular games we're going to stream more often. Obviously that makes sense. Also we've got the play the scrub option, which will just keep on going and going, because I don't think there'll ever be a time when won't be anything in the play the scrub queue. Also then doing best of the rest, which is basically 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th most popular game from the last 3 months. We'll be playing those. And then we've got Ditto Plays, which is basically what me or the mods want to stream for that month. Because at the moment we're finishing Pokemon Violet, then we might jump on back and do some more Odyssey or Galaxy, and a new SpongeBob game comes out on the 31st of January. So in February I'll probably be playing SpongeBob Cosmic Shake. Don't know how long that'll be, don't know how good the game will be, but we'll be playing that a lot in the new year. Thank you guys for watching latest podcast. Let us know in the comments what your best moment from the Devious Ditto, whether it be YouTube or Twitch, is. In the comments. It's going to be interesting to see what you guys do remember. And we'll see you in the next video.
Yes,
thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.
Very soon.
Bye guys.
Bye.